Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to some watch talk. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. I had quite a difficult one. I'm just glad I was able to get home. And man, I came home. I opened up Hodinky, read the headline, and it got me thinking. Man, is watchmaking dead? Guys, it does sound like there's an easy and simple answer to this, but I don't. And it's a kind of topic that one would need to sit down and really think about, because I don't even know if we'll be able to. Sound is weird. We'll be able to come to a agreement on what is watchmaking. Why is my sound weird? Let's see. Let me just switch it up. Can you guys hear me okay? Huh. Okay. Well, let me know. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Amateur hour, as always. As absolutely always. Let me just drop the link in case somebody wants to come onto the show and debate me. But I've been thinking, because for watchmaking to be dead, we're gonna have to agree on what is watchmaking. And there's just so many aspects to it. There is obviously brands like Rolex, which I don't even think at this point they even care. It doesn't seem to be their priority on the innovation of what it means to be a watch. By the way, my chat is not open. Okay, because it seems like people are buying a watch nowadays not for it to fulfill certain function, but to make you feel in certain way. And different watches make different people feel different things. Ooh, we got Quicker Draw. Quicker Draw, what's up, my man?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, is watchmaking dead?
Is it dead? No,
Is it dead? Yeah, is it dead?
I think it's alive. It's not as it used to be. But
what do you think is watchmaking is even? Is it like
should we define it?
Marco famously said, a watchmaker sitting behind his desk and making a movement, putting it together?
Yeah, handmade ones. Yeah, you're talking about like mass marketing ones or produced ones. Sorry.
So the mass-produced watches, there's no watchmaking in them?
No, there is. I mean, there's different levels, obviously.
Okay. So
you got ones that are handmade versus yeah.
This is what I want to go through and actually first try to establish what are different levels of watchmaking are there.
Right.
Let's get Perth on here. Hello, Perth. How's it going?
Hey, Tim. Hey, Quick Draw.
Hey. And we got Campos Cayo. Let's see if you figure it out. Hello, Campos. Can you hear me?
How's it going?
Does it look like you have headphones? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll try. We'll try to make it work. Let me see. Let me hide this. What's up? Oh, wait. What you got there? I missed it.
Look like an Explorer.
Perhaps. Explorer? What?
Maybe.
Yeah. Just a second.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Can't see it. No, no. Oh, okay, okay. It's hard to see. It looks like it could be
Just
the
a
new
second.
36.
Yeah, new 36.
Nice.
Let me just pick up the headphones here.
All right. Hey, congratulations. Did you just get that?
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Nice, nice, nice. I used to have a 39 millimeter Explorer because I loved the watch for such a long time. And then I bought the 39, even knowing that the 36 was the perfect size, but it was like very hard to find one in good conditions here in my country. And I bought the 39, and it was big, and it felt big. I stayed with it like a year, and then
Yeah.
Rolex launched the 36 millimeter, and then I sold mine, made a profit,
Wow.
and got one at retail on Rolex. So it all
Welcome,
ended nice.
James. So,
Howdy, guys.
James?
Hey, James.
How are we?
you know, a lot of people message me and they're telling me that the 39 is the perfect size. And actually, James is a perfect person to tell us because he's got the 39 right now, but he's been critical of the 36, no?
I agree with you, Tim. Unbelievably, I agree with you. the 39, the 39 just sort of expands the dial a bit too much. It's better when it's condensed. It's a watch that's designed to be a condensed dial.
I feel the same.
And
No,
Quicker, but guys, Quicker
39.
Joe has the 39, and he was telling us that it's the perfect size. Actually, can we see your 39?
I don't have it on me. But
Oh,
I
you
can
don't
go
have it
get
on you. Okay.
Yeah, I can go get
It's
it real quick.
the perfect size until you try on the 36, and then the 36 makes sense.
Yeah.
The dial layout.
Yeah.
Right. And that I can agree to that to a certain extent. It's the case size that bugs me. That's all. And the bracelet taper. It's all subjective, right? Anything and everything goes when it comes to these things that none of us really need.
Is it the number that you're concerned about? Because when you hear the 36, do you get some kind of reaction like, "Oh, it's too small," even before you even try it on? No.
No.
I think like
all three numbers when it comes to 369, all three numbers are in fair play when it comes to talking about the Explorer. All three numbers are on the dial, whatever version you get.
Look, I mean, some people say Night Red Watchman says 39 is perfect. And the Climb Farmer says that, joking, but why 19 mil with the harsh taper, man? Yeah. Actually, like, and also something quicker draw that you brought up, that the smaller bracelet, because
it's not that much smaller, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's not that harsh. It goes from 19 to 15, whereas the old one was from 20 to 16. So it's 1 millimeter smaller at the top and at the buckle. So it's just a proportional size.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just why did they do it? I think once you try it on, it's just it makes sense. And everything, once you see it in your hand, you see how it's everything is just on the watch. It's just balanced out perfectly. Now, Campo, now you were able to sell. Now that's a really good opportunity right now. So if somebody wants to switch from the 39 to 36, I think it's still quite easy to do because there's a lot of people who there's a big market for the 39. People will be looking after the 39. There's people who are trying to hunt them down before they explode. They possibly explode into crazy territory. But I think this is gonna make the 39, the 36 of the old generation more valuable, and I don't think the 39 will be that collectible. James, do you still have yours? 39?
No, sold it.
You sold it.
Yep, 39 has gone. In fact, I have no Explorers. The Explorer 2's gone.
Wow.
When did that disappear?
Which one? The Explorer 2 or the Explorer
Yeah,
1?
the Explorer 1.
Probably about 5 weeks ago. I put it on Chrono 24 and I got offered the price I put it up for, so I let it go.
Amazing. That's
Nice.
nuts. Now, when the 36 first came out, what did you say? What did you call the 36?
A lady's watch.
36, totally agree. Too
Guys?
small, can't read it.
Do you hear me?
Pointless.
Tiny.
Parf. Now, you don't have the Explorer, right?
No.
Now, which Rolex do you have?
Bluesy.
The Bluesy.
Yeah, the 41.
Do you hear me?
Oh, damn.
Fancy.
Holy shit. That's actually pretty freaking awesome. I'm sorry. Because you always been wearing the Omega.
Mm.
Damn,
Well, I mean,
now that I know that you have the new Bluesy, actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Mad kudos to you.
After I've nearly had my SMP swipe twice in Perth, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I should get the Bluesy out, but I mean, it just puts you off. Sadly, I mean, James, you'll have seen the story about Lando the other day at the Euros. I mean, one of the best jokes though, I saw on Paul Thorpe's video about it was now RMs are becoming more affordable because apparently it was only worth 40K.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a problem though with Rolex watches. It is a problem. You have one on your wrist and you are a target. You're instantly a target. That's why I like the Ed White, because the Ed White looks like every other Speedmaster. Nobody's going to try and take this off your wrist unless they're desperate, for a Speedmaster. But you can wear this and nobody knows it's a expensive watch. They just think it's the average Speedmaster.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
I was actually doing my Omega stream last night, James, and we had a bit of an in-depth look at the Apollo 11 two-tone, the bracelet on that, how similar it is to the Ed White. It's not the same. It's just very similar.
Yeah, so it's the flat link bracelet. So on the old gold 50th anniversary, they used the same bracelet as what's on the new 3861. But I'm not sure. Are you sure it's not the same as this one? I think the class might be different, but
let me see. One second.
I thought it might, but I was like,
it's not the same.
It looks so similar to that. I didn't want to say that it was and put my foot in my mouth.
I have to jump on. I can't stay on very long, but I just want to say hello.
How are you doing?
We see you on the odd occasion, so I got to take advantage to say hello when you're here. Hope all is well, my man.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Awesome to hear.
Marco,
are you the Ed White? I hope.
Oh, I love it. It's my daily. I'm wearing it every single day. I'm wearing it swimming and everything. It goes in. It's just.
That's
Take
terrible.
note, Marco.
Terrible.
Waterproof watches.
Absolutely terrible.
So Marco, I haven't actually got the 50th anniversary and this one together. But are you saying that the bracelet's different on the 50th to this one?
I'm pretty sure it's different because the cases are different, right? So it would have to be different, not just the dimensions only.
Hold on, I've just thought I actually have some 50th anniversary spare links. So let me have a look.
Yeah, actually, that'd be there. You go.
Tom H says I used to have the Speedmaster reduced and found it too small, and I'm on the fence between 39 and 36. The thing is with the Speedmaster reduced, it feels smaller because it's so thick. It's very tall, and when you have this small case that's very tall and kind of protrudes on your wrist, and doesn't hug you flat like the Explorer 1. It actually feels very small, but this just hugs you. Oh,
they're exactly the same. So these links are two links which I got for my 50th anniversary when I had it.
Yeah, that was good.
And they are identical to links in the Ed White. Absolutely identical. They're the same size. It's the same brushing, the same center, the same outer. Everything's the same. I think what could be different, but I'm not sure, is the bracelet different on the 50th? I'm not sure.
It's got the twin deployment.
Yeah, the clasp is very similar. It's very similar. I remember because I love that 50th anniversary only for that freaking bracelet, but it only fits on that watch. supposedly.
What we know for sure is that there's some serious watchmaking went into making the Ed White.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call a modern Amiga a watchmaker, but I certainly think that obviously when it comes to the Ed White, a watchmaker has had to make this. But I think as a rule, I don't think Amiga is a watchmaker anymore. The same as I don't think Rolex is either.
Yeah,
Disagree.
it's like, in my opinion, Rolex is making a luxury product that makes people feel good. It's mostly about branding and upkeep of the brand. The watch and the engineering and everything else is just kind of secondary because they already have a perfect product. It's so hard to make the product that they already have even better. And the only thing is like, are they going to make more of them? So, and that's where they're really they have a balancing act to fight. But we got a super chat from Muhammad Ali, $5. What about putting the bluesy on a rubber strap? I'm thinking of doing that on mine. Hey Perth, what about that?
No.
Dude, you know what I think would be really cool?
You've
What
you've
if
got a Fike-off watch.
what about a rubber bee?
You're turning it into a little a puppy's watch or a trinket.
You take
I
it,
think
you
you're
put it
right,
on the
James.
rubber
They look
bee.
identical.
That could
Oh,
be really
sorry.
cool. I want to actually get a few rubber bees and fike around with them.
I'm actually on this subject. I'm actually in Marco's camp on this. That
Mhm.
I think a watchmaker. If you look into the videos and if you look into the stuff on Amiga, when they're making a watch, you've literally got a robotic arm has taken the watch from one station to another to another to another. It's not just one watchmaker working on that watch. It's robots. There's a lot of machine work goes into it. They're not watchmakers anymore.
Next poll, Tim, because it seems to be divisive in the comments section. Would you put a two-tone on a rubber bee?
Okay. I'll all right.
Not specific to Rolex, just in general.
All right.
You preserve the bracelet. I think it's a great idea. Put on a rubber bee. It's way comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. You can
That's
really
great.
preserve the bracelet and add some. Look, I even think putting Explorer 1 on the orange strap could be freaking. Oh, sorry, Explorer 2. Put that on the like white or orange,
Orange.
rubber strap. That would be freaking orange, right?
Yeah, orange. I've seen it on the orange, and that does look good, I must say.
Hey, Campos. Let's
Welcome
see.
back.
So Marco, you're probably the resident guy here about this watchmaking thing. So would you agree that it is? I would put a watchmaker as somebody sat at a workbench, actually in the same. I know I keep bringing it up, but as the same as the Ed White, there is one person is responsible for making the full watch.
Right.
It doesn't go from
a team of watchmakers working together. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, what about Lange then?
If Alonga is a real watchmaker, well, yeah, of course. Because to be a real watchmaker, there has to be, in my opinion, an element or multiple elements of hand finishing.
Yeah.
Or there has to be hand work other than assembly, right? Because assembly doesn't count. You know what I mean? So there has to be some sort of hand finishing. So yeah, of course, as long as a legit watchmaker. I mean, there's no question about it.
And in-house movement. Where do you stand on that? Is an in-house? Does a watchmaker have to have an in-house movement, or can ETA go into it?
Yeah. So I mean, like for example, I like Kerry Voutilainen, right? He's used some off-the-shelf movements. Like he has called the Observatoire, which used the Peugeot movement. Those are excellent movements. You know what I mean? And he regulated them very finely so that they could pass at the observatory. And at the time, I believe they broke some kind of fancy schmancy record. So I don't have a problem with off-the-shelf movements as long as you're being honest. But would I consider you a watchmaker? Again, as long as you're doing hand finishing, you're implementing some form of regulation, like Omega with the Ed White, right? They didn't just put the mania 2310 assemble it. They actually regulated the movement, right, within some sort of spec. They changed. I think it's usually there's like some kind of free sprung architecture on the 321 movement that they added to make it easier to regulate, but it's also very difficult to do. So there has to be some element or incorporation of hand finishing and setting yourself apart. You know what I mean? If
You know
just
what,
slap a movement in,
Marco,
like that
Marco,
Pam Brooklyn,
like
that's
this
not
is
a
such a such a good point, because I think we like the industry is at a point right now where the only like two like there's like actually two or three ways that watches are being separated. Like one that's most prominent is whether it's Swiss made or not. And the majority of the people, they just go by that. Is it Swiss made? If it's not, it's garbage. Then there's like the Geneva seal. And then there's like what kind of a chronometer certification is it? But none of these things tell us much about how the watch is made. Like Swiss, that could just be 60% of the watch could be
right.
somehow in what way is it made. Geneva seal just tells us, oh, it's hand finished, but like there's no any kind of metric system to judge watches by, like what is their hand input, like these new like the new watchmakers that are coming into the craft. There's no designation to distinguish Grubel Forsey from some other guys, or the Circle Jerkinson.
Yeah, there is. There's an independent watchmakers coalition. I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but it's not like, but there's
Right.
no, like, they're not putting it on the dial, and most people don't know about this. I don't know about this. Like,
Where do you stand on things like Grand Seiko? Because Grand Seiko, they spend a lot of time finishing the watches, and they're hand finishing on the cases, they're finishing on the dial. I would have to put them as a watchmaker more so than Rolex.
Yeah, they're definitely, there's no doubt about it. They're definitely a watchmaker. But Rolex is also a watchmaker because they finally regulate and finally tune their movements. So don't get it twisted. They're definitely a watchmaker, and so is Omega for that reason. Also, so is some of these kind of lesser tier brand, because regulating the movements is some form of handwork. You know what I mean? So, but it's hard to say, And there is still some decoration, like they put some perlage on the base plate on Rolexes. So there is some element of hand finishing.
But then, do we have different grades of watchmaker? So you've got like, where's the entry of watchmaker compared to where's the top end of watchmaker?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Where on the spectrum do all these brands fall? Like you've got Patek Philippe, which is obviously going to be up there. But then is Omega entry level? Because I certainly won't put Tag Heuer as a watchmaker, but they do some regulation to movements.
oh, okay. You know what? Let hold that thought on the Tag Heuer, because actually I do want to touch on the Tag Heuer. Let's answer this one real quick. Mal Law Langai Saxonia, a bargain pre-owned.
Price dependent, condition.
Man,
when's
I'm
it had a
looking
service,
here.
all those sorts of things.
I mean, I'm looking at these prices, and Lange has been going up. I mean, these used to be 11,000, 12,000. I mean, this is not that great.
Up, by the way.
Okay, and we'll switch to that. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think so. Marco, what do you think? Is this a bargain?
I mean, listen, it's a good watch for the money. If you ask me, I would go Moser. Moser's just a little bit more unique, and the bang per buck value, in my opinion, is better. But again, that's just because I don't prefer the German style of watches.
Yeah.
But it's a great watch. There's no.
I mean, I think maybe
and the value's there.
Breguet would be a bargain.
Even better.
Right? Yeah.
VC Patrimony is also a good one.
Yeah. VC Patrimony.
Personally, I'd rather have Lange dress over Patek dress any day.
Oh, I mean, but it's not a bargain. You wouldn't go for the bargain. And sometimes,
why would you rather have Lange versus Patek?
Finishing, construction, scarcity, uniqueness.
But there's also
I can keep going.
Yeah.
Models like Triple Split, the 30-piece Tourbillon.
Yeah, but that's not the entry level, right? That has nothing to do with the watch.
I know, I didn't say it was.
Yeah,
Tim,
if we were talking about bargains, there are no bargains in Patek.
Okay. Right. There's a reason. Well, I mean,
yeah.
It's a whole other entirely.
Tim, you do realize when you top bar, you've left Pornhub open.
What?
He looked. You made him look.
He looks,
AHCI, that's the
which means
independent.
he uses it.
That's the independent.
Hey, of course I
The,
use
the
it.
other
Of course
the other
I
good
use
thing about Lange is hearing Tim pronounce where they're made.
it. In Glashütte. It's manufactured in Glashütte. Glashütte original.
Now that is a cool underrated watch brand. Glashütte original.
It's good. It's good.
Time
for
check
sure.
says
But,
I'd go with an Omega. Yep, there's probably some dress watch Omegas that are full gold, bargain-ish prices. You know what? What about Cellinis? Are there
those don't
Cellinis?
compare. Forget it. You don't get that crap over Longa or Moser or any of these other.
Do you
Sorry.
think? Do you think that the Rolex Cellini is going to make a big comeback? Well,
No,
you know,
Not unless
I
you
don't know.
revamp the models.
no chance.
The models are just
No.
uninspiring.
I think
don't know.
it's gonna go in the bin.
we've all been taught that back the shitter of Rolex, and you can't get much shitter than the Cellini.
Funny you mentioned this, James. I had this discussion with Duco Ted and Working Edge Sharp and some other guys last night about Omega, the green bezeled Tokyo
the
Speedmaster. We all
Obama
dissed it
special.
as a shitter.
Yeah, isn't this a
but they're all
bargain?
like it could explode.
Yeah, good.
mean,
Yeah.
It's a nice watch.
Look
yeah,
at this.
No doubt about it.
I think this is a bargain.
I
Oh
listen, I
my
like the Chile. I think these are nice watches. Honestly, they're just a little dull in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
they're just
I'd
too
agree. Dull.
simple.
It's okay.
Look, I think
But they're better than like the Longa Saxonia.
Yeah.
Like I prefer this to a Longa Saxonia. Like the dial is so much nicer.
it's extremely
Lucky
waterproof.
Jonathan isn't here.
Movement
Man.
is more robust.
I'm sorry. I think this is bargain right here.
I agree.
Value.
I
I'm
agree.
giving value. Okay, let's take a look at Marco. What you showing us?
Yeah. So going back to
Ooh.
that topic that we had with James, like what's a good watchmaker? There's
Yeah.
a guy. His name is Bill Sanders from Watch Art Site. He actually did this. So he ranked all the different brands, and he gave criteria. Again, I forget what goes behind
Very
the criteria,
Mhm.
but he made a great argument for why these watches or these brands belong in each respective category. So I'm pretty sure your strong horology will either use like a mix of in-house movement and off-the-shelf movements. Then, but it doesn't necessarily have to incorporate, I think, hand finishing. I'm not 100% sure on this. You really have to watch the video. And then high horology is a touch better than that. And then exceptional horology, then we get into mostly your big name independents. But he had a great video exactly on this topic. I definitely recommend people go check it out.
You
I
see,
agree.
this is really cool. Like he made these, but these are like his rankings. They're not official. You know, they're not.
Right. They're
Watchmakers
unofficial
don't.
Yeah.
rankings.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah, but
official.
Unofficial rankings.
To be fair, though, of all the people on YouTube, he would be the one that I would listen to when it comes to this subject. He knows his shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
He
the
looks
one
like
thing
he
I
knows
have a
his shit,
gripe
too.
with is he has high horology, Hublots and high horology. That's the one that
Really?
sticks out. Yeah. Well,
Oh,
listen,
okay.
let's be fair to Hublot. They do actually do some pretty good, pretty decent movements.
Yeah.
They
At
do.
le- at-
If their
least he
entry level
has
stuff is a
Dufour.
disaster, it's really embarrassing. But their top end stuff is good. But
Even
Hublot
JLC
should definitely belong.
Even JLC in that area. That's interesting.
I'm peeved that he's got Richard Mill higher up than Patek and Lange. Like, what the hell?
I think people just
I mean,
like
Of course,
put
Richard
off
Mille
by
is a fantastic watches guy. Don't get it twisted. Richard Mille is a fantastic wristwatch.
those
For
RMs
Jay-Z.
putting people off. Well,
Guys, you know what Renault and Poppy is? It's probably the biggest and best. It's literally a think tank for watchmaking. And that's where all their movements come from.
yeah.
Guys, all the best independents. Andreas Streller, Grubel Forsey, Robert Grubel, Stephen Forsey, the Gromfeld brothers, Bar and
I mean,
Tim
it's like
Gromfeld.
guys.
They all came from there. All from
those
Renault and
those
Poppy.
guys, they're like, they take like, how much money do we need to make this happen? And they had like Richard Mille, when they're ordering a movement from them, they're just like, how much? Just tell us how much, and we'll just throw as much money as needed to make this come true. They just don't care because they know they will sell out all the pieces. It's not like Brumont, who made their own rotor and then said that this is in-house movement. That's because they got their own rotors. Because they don't have, there's no budget. Making movements is so expensive if you are not going to sell a lot of watches. So,
But yeah, he made a very compelling argument for all of these brands. I definitely recommend people check this out. Listen, I don't agree with some of his placements. You know what? Like I think there's some.
these are not
Rosciutto
official.
Original, I'm sorry, they don't belong in high horology. Like they have too much low end.
Look what he's
Like
got
they're
in the
good
strong.
brand. They're very, very good brand. But to me, they're strong horology. Like to put them over IWC, I don't see it. I think they belong right there with IWC.
When H. Moser and Son is above Alange and Zona, I
What
go
the?
like,
No,
But
H. Moser
Don't
definitely
let
exceptional.
Jonathan see this. He'll be
it's
really
a
mad.
Phoenix.
But so should Longa. Longa should also be an exceptional in my opinion. This is a bit outdated. It might be a bit outdated. He did this years ago. I think that Longa should definitely be in there. Paddock should definitely be an exceptional.
Yeah.
There's a couple I would change.
Just so that the people in the chat know, if there's anybody listening from the UK, Goldsmiths, part of Watches of Switzerland, have just launched. Every Thursday, they always put their pre-owned watches on the website, and there has been an absolute shedload of Mosers, Lange, there's Patek Philippe. I don't know what it is. They have just dropped like 50 dress watches on their website today, and some of them are some pretty good prices. So just letting the UK pump Goldsmiths in, it's part of the Watches of Switzerland group over here in the UK. So they've just dropped a shitload and some pretty good prices. So just letting the punters know.
Yeah, like right now is the time to buy those dress pieces. Sell your Steel Sports Rolex. Put your money in the dress piece.
Right,
Reinvestment.
Time to sell that Daytona, baby. Time to sell that Daytona.
Sell high, buy low, right? That's the
buy low, sell high, right? Or is it the other way around?
Horological Freddy Krueger, $2. Bangkok is low horology. Where is the high horology? I think it would be in Moscow. As Putin says.
That sort of stuff.
Well, that's according to Putin. And we got Michael. I'll just say Michael, $5. What happened to Showcase Trilogy Seamaster? Showcase.
Sold.
How?
He's flipping them all.
I'm flipping. I'm getting down to 3 watches.
Oh, okay.
I'm going down to 3 watches. Yep.
I can respect that.
Batman, Ed White.
That's all you really need. That's all you need.
Gotcha.
GMT, sub, and chronograph.
Here's the problem, right, guys?
Go ahead.
Here's the problem. What you'll do, and this is human psychology, is if you have a cheaper watch. So, like I had the Seamasters,
right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't wearing the Hulk. I wasn't wearing the Submariners because I was protecting the good stuff by wearing the lesser stuff. So if you just want to enjoy your watches, just wear your good stuff, and that's what I've realized. So, like now, I'm wearing the Ed White. You know, I could wear my professional, but you know, I don't want to wear my professional when I've got an Ed White. So, what's the point of keeping the professional, right?
Yeah.
And James, I think you did a live stream where you made a very compelling argument that Rolex are still very much tool watches. We just don't use them as such. I would tend to agree because all you've said is you look at how Rolex has continued to improve their designs, their bracelet, their designs, their casing, the movements, the materials they use, right, with the ceramic bezels. The lume has improved, right? So it's never going to go out. Chromolite is always going to keep shining. And I would tend to agree, James. I'm right there with you, actually.
All that's happened, right, is Rolex back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, Rolex were making tool watches, and guys were wearing Rolexes as tool watches. And, you know, you've seen pictures of guys, you know, sort of in oily clothes with a Daytona on, working on the car and stuff. You've seen all that. Now, fast forward 20, 30 years, the Rolex watches are just better. The clasps are better. The bracelets are better. The construction's better. The movements are better. They're more anti-shock. They're more anti-magnetic. They're just better watches. They've even gone from using stainless steel on the indices to using white gold because it doesn't tarnish. Rolex have done everything in their power to make a better watch. The only reason why a Rolex is no longer a tool watch is because the people buying them possibly can't afford them. So they can't afford to wear them as tool watches, or they're just too sentimental about them and they're wanting to keep them as investment. So they think, oh no, I don't want to scratch it up because, you know, it's going to be worth 50,000 in 10 years' time or whatever. That's why I took the decision to think, fake it, I'm just going to wear my watches. And, you know, the Ed White, yes, it's quite an expensive watch, but to hell with it. If it's going to be in my collection, I'm going to wear it, I'm going to abuse it. It's going to get scratches. It's going to get scuffed up. It's going to go in water. It's going to get used. And if it leaks water, I'll send it back to Amiga and say, hey, your watch is faked. You said it's 50 meters. It's not. It's shit. Send it back.
Claude C, $5. Showcases perfect number of watches somewhere between 1 and 10. The only problem is he counts in multiples of 3.
That's true. That's true.
So which 3 are you going to keep?
Hulk, Batman, Ed White. The Daytona. I'll tell you how much I love the Ed White. The Daytona Panda got kicked into touch.
Yeah.
Because, and this is one thing, the Ed White is a better watch than the Panda. The Panda is just more hyped.
The Panda is definitely more hyped.
No, it's not better. James,
it's not,
whoa, hold on.
It's Amiga.
It's not.
Let's be careful here. It's not better. It's not.
I
it
think
depends
it's
how
actually,
you qualify it.
They're pretty better. Even. They're pretty. They have. Each one has its advantages and its disadvantages.
Right.
I don't think Ed White. I mean,
the advantage is if you walk down the street with this on, the chances are you're going to survive. You walk down certain streets. You wear a Panda down the street, and you're going to get a headache.
I never had a trouble. I never had problems.
Right. It depends where you are.
You gotta wear it, though.
Man, Montreal's harmless. Nobody looks at your wristwatch like.
Come to London, guys. Come to London.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stories
Twitter
of late.
Come to London. They'll fike you up.
Yeah.
Machine
No, people are getting knocked out. I've heard.
gloves, motorcycle helmets.
By the way, guys, I
way.
gotta shoot off and have dinner.
All right.
But it's always nice talking to you. I'll see you guys on the
See you, Marco.
AC3 show.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Take care.
All right, take it easy, Marco.
Yeah, the 3 that I'm going to have are the 39, the Explorer 2, 40 mil, and then if and when the AD calls, that 41 sub.
Oh, that would be really nice.
Yeah, those are the 3 I want to.
Wind and wear, a perfect GMT,
Yeah.
and a subby. A sub is a perfect watch. And to answer Perf's question, most people. Well, you know what? It's 60 people said they would never put the rubber on the bluesy, whereas 39% said they might. They might. So here you go. You know, the reason I would love to see a rubber strap on a bluesy, because you can put the yellow bluesy, yellow rubber, blue rubber. You can really fike around. Black rubber, all kinds of stuff. Whereas if you just got the black Submariner, I don't think you have that much flexibility. It's just going to look weird.
Oh, speaking of black subs and rubber and things looking weird, I saw the ultimate disgusting lowest of the low yesterday going home from work.
What happened?
A fake. Someone wearing a fake. It was just so terrible. Guy was acting like he was worth money. He wasn't. The suit was off the rack. It was just... Look, don't wear fakes. There are lots of other brands out there that you can get for the same money as fakes that are half decent.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know one of the most stupid reasons I've ever heard someone buy a fake for? Right? They have a Rolex Submariner that they don't want to scratch, so they'll wear the fake to protect the Submariner. I mean, what the fuck is that about?
I have heard something similar though, James, about people in London wearing fakes because of the robbery fear.
Yeah, but the thing that I don't get with that, right, is that you're going to get hit over the head for a fake watch.
If you're gonna get mugged, if you're gonna get your mouth stumped on the curb, might as well have it done to you for a real watch, not for a fake one.
Can you imagine laid there in your hospital bed, right? And the nurse says, "Oh, what exactly happened?" He said, "Oh yeah, I got beaten the shit out of to get $100 watch off my wrist or whatever."
Exactly. And you know what? I think when you get robbed for a fake watch, the police are not even gonna take it serious. They're gonna say, "What was stolen? Oh, a fake Rolex? You know what? You kind of deserved it at that point." No, I'm just missing.
But yeah, it was so obvious because it was such a bad fake. They didn't polish the sides of the case.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
There's like scales of fakes. The grades. The lower you go,
everything else, everything else looked half decent from a distance. But as soon as I saw the case sides not polished, I just cringed.
Laszlo device is Tim. Do you like Irix guy? I mean, it's not my first choice in YouTube entertainment, but it's fun to getting him kicked from the live show on
He,
Archie's
li-
stream.
he lives in Fantasyland, that guy. I remember about 6 months ago he was on there and Archie was asking him about cars and he told Archie that he had some Audi and something else. Then it turns out that by the end of the stream it was a lot of bullshit. He was just living in Fantasyland. It's like, what the fuck? Just tell the truth. You know, what's the point of imagining you've got an Audi?
It's so good. Daniel Katz, $2.79. Me, rubber bluesy T-shirt. Ooh, yes, guys. I actually, you know what? I figured it out. I'm gonna come out with a line of T-shirts that are a little bit more general. Nobody's buying these Archie T-shirts. Nobody's gonna be buying Two-Tone Tim T-shirts. I don't think anyone was wowed. Hold on, let me show you.
Tim,
the last supper should sell well.
Tim, I've got the perfect T-shirt for you. All you need is a T-shirt with a Rolex on it, and just on the back of it say, "My Rolex is fake. Don't hit me." And then you can wear that with a real Rolex on.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
PSA.
Oh, wait, hold on. Shop. So I got the wait. This is gonna be limited edition. I got this. This was actually a fan of the show. He sent me the money to get this artwork commissioned, and
That's cool.
How cool is that, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Freaking infamous. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this up on the. But it's gonna be like limited. I'm gonna be bringing it onto for sale and not. So this is like a pre-sale going on right now. So if anybody's interested, wants to get the first of Archie luxury T-shirts.
That's a proper Grand Theft Auto vibe going to it. That's
right?
cool.
It's so cool.
You can even choose color. These shirts. Make them available only for a a week at most.
They have 3XL for the fatter of it.
Tim, just so you know, you got a super chat from Claude C.
Oh yes. Here we go. Claude C, $5. Showcase. You should have capped your 3861 Speedy to fight off the rubbers. Perfect Swiss Army knife.
Has JJ still got his 3861?
Well, I think, you know what? I think that's gone. Might either gone or will be gone really soon.
Hey Tim, I didn't realize you just zoomed in. Are you going for a bit of a Gandalf with a beard? It's getting quite long.
Hold on. Let me get this one. Horological Freddy Krueger. Tim, Mr. Make Me a Marco Rich Buddy wears his bluesy on yellow leather strap. I never would have thought of that combo, but I do love the look. Huh. And M3 Carleone Tim copyright edition from Rolex Scarcity Capitalism Tim. By the way, yeah, I will have to be really careful with the T-shirts because I don't want Rolex lawyers coming after me.
Oh, why? That'd be fantastic. That'd be great content.
How? Oh, actually, you know what? It could do a lot for my channel.
Yeah, it'd be great content.
It's growing nicely, right?
Yeah.
I just found out today that there's like a straightener thing, so I'm gonna actually
just keep away from any candles, and you're cool.
I gotta be honest, it's a mess. It started because I was wearing a mask anyways, and then I had to go to Barcelona, and I was just super lazy. That's why I do most things. I'm lazy. Dylan says make James a T-shirt with Ed White. On the back seating, I swear this is better than Rolex, but don't hit me. By the way,
go ahead.
James, I need a small video of you to put into my intro. I'm gonna try to get all the crew, all the people, all the wristwatch YouTubers.
Oh, and actually, Tim, can you send me on the WhatsApp? Can you send me your address? Because you sent me the New York mug.
Yeah.
I've got you a UK one from Starbucks. So I'll fire it over to you.
Nice.
I've got Tokyo, Boston, Dubai, Melbourne,
I wanted to plug
Sydney.
for his channel, I think.
Ooh, Doug, thank you for the sub. By the way, guys, if you are watching the stream, please don't forget to hit the upvote button. It
Sorry,
I forgot.
really helps out.
They're actually awesome videos because they're like the perfect size to dunk your biscuit in.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never do that. That's a very British thing to do.
You guys don't dunk your biscuits. What the hell?
No,
I
Get
do.
a chocolate hobnob and dunk that bitch in.
It seems to be a Commonwealth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You've not
don't.
lived until you've had a chocolate biscuit submerged in coffee.
Scotch fingers.
Dionysus is asking. So I was going to ask the same thing. Is the 321 has coaxial escapement?
No.
No.
So the
Okay.
so the
I thought
three
321.
the 321 is basically 1950s
Tech. Okay.
Remake.
tech. Yeah.
One for one remake.
It's not even regulated.
Really?
And
Okay.
and do you know what the weirdest thing is, right? Is this watch? It's not it's not cost certified or anything, but
Okay.
it runs more accurate than the bloody Submariner does.
Wow.
Really?
It's crazy.
Okay.
Half your luck.
It's either that or it's either brilliant or my Submariner's faked.
You know what? I personally think that like maybe a lot of these accuracy issues have to do with the tools that we have today in order to just be able to measure accuracy better than before. So I think the
Well, we've got
watchmakers, they can regulate it better.
We've got into this subject before, Tim, of timing watches.
Yeah.
It confused the absolute shite out of you.
Yeah, I don't. You guys know I never ever set my watch to like exact minute and did like the math to test how accurate my watch is, and never
Kidding?
will.
Oh, that would drive. I know for a fact that my watch now is within 5 seconds accurate. Within 5 seconds, it drives me
Nice.
absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Whenever I get a new watch, I got to do the same thing. I have this like list of in my notes, and then I have to calculate a day's worth
Yeah.
and then record it all.
That's-
ABC, Americans don't really do biscuits. Biscuits snap, cookies bend at showcase.
I suppose, to be fair, Americans, you guys can't really put cheese on biscuits, can you? So you probably wouldn't. I think Americans tend to like everything with cheese on.
No. When do you even eat biscuits? Is this for breakfast?
No, when you
Just-
get in front of the
just for
when you
lunch?
get it, no, if you got a movie on, you go into the kitchen, you get yourself a cup of tea, you get yourself
Yeah.
a coffee, you come in 3 or 4 chocolate hobnobs, and you just sit there and just dunk them away and eat them.
Never done it in my life. I gotta be honest. It's just
Oh
not
my
an American
God.
thing to do.
You got to look it
Try
up.
it.
There's like this Aussie thing where they do it with Tim Tams and they use it like a straw.
Yeah.
Not
Sydney
always.
Marquise Jr.
No, but I've
Tim,
seen it. I've seen it done.
Yeah.
Tim, should I wait for a root beer or just order a Datejust two-tone Wimbledon fluted?
Good luck getting either at the moment.
Just wait for root beer. Just be patient, man. The Datejust two-tone Wimbledon, that's a great watch, but it's very expensive, and
The
it's
root
for a
beer in
very
the wild.
unique situation.
The root beer in the wild. So I was stood in a queue a couple of weeks ago, and there was a guy who had a root beer on. So I started up a conversation, and the watch I could tell at first he was a bit uneasy because he was like, "Shit, are you going to knock me over the head, or are you going to talk to me?" So anyway, we got talking about watches, and in the wild, when you see someone with a root beer on, it's just beautiful,
Amazing. It's
Yeah.
an
beautiful watch.
It's the best looking GMT Master 2 on the market.
I agree.
It's
It's
just
beautiful.
it's better than the full rose gold. It's better than the Pepsi. It's better than the the Batman. It's
agree.
just so gorgeous.
In the
I'd like to
wild,
get
it just
one
looks
eventually.
beautiful.
And it looks
Well,
so different. So different
me-
because the contrast of that gold and the chocolate bezel. Ah, what about you, Perth?
For me, it's got to be Pepsi with the meteorite dial, white gold meteorite dial Pepsi.
But that's like impossible to get. And
But they,
I actually, I don't think, to me, like I love the Pepsi, but like that watch is so hard to get. I mean, it's just not even. It's out of the realm of watches that normal people can even get. Because we're talking about multiple. Like you can get 3 root beers for the price of 1 meteorite dial. Like
well, this reminds me a bit of the one of the sort of topics of my show last night. We were talking about and my AD, who I'm actually going to see on Sunday, I'm going to upload a video about that. Anyway, they actually told me that I'd have more chance of getting a Pepsi on a Jubilee faster than getting a Snoopy or some of the Wimbledon dial date just models.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought that day would come where an AD would tell me that I might be able to get a Pepsi faster than some regular models.
I just don't get this. This entire Snoopy thing is just ridiculous. I'm lost for words with the Snoopy situation. To it, I get it why the first Snoopies were rare and they were difficult to get hold of and they're expensive because they were quite limited. But it's just crazy. The current Snoopy is not worth anywhere near its height. It's a nice watch. I'm not knocking the watch. At retail, it's a cool watch, but yeah, I wouldn't be paying over retail for it.
Yeah, I looked yesterday before I came on the show, and I was seeing 47,400 Australian. A few months ago, 74,000. It's ridiculous. Absolutely obscene.
You got a super chat from ABC?
Yep. I'm pulling it up right here. ABC, £2. I'm going the other way. 16610 is on my radar.
ABC.
That's for ceramic sub? Wait,
ABC,
no.
That's
the
pre-ceramic.
Pre-ceramic.
The Kermit.
No. The Kermit's the 16610 LV. So ABC, just on that, check out, if you have a look on Ramsden's website, Ramsden's the jeweler, they're also a pawnbroker here in the UK. If you check on their website, they've got one up, I think it's 8,500. They will take 7,500 for that watch, but it's a box and no papers.
Wait.
So
For
go take a look.
1666. Wait.
So 16610. This one that they're showing here, Tim, is a 16610, but this is the LV. The one that ABC is talking about is just the black.
Just the black one. Yeah,
it's
you know what?
Ceramic.
I think I had a conversation with David Khalil yesterday, and we talked a little bit about the future of the watch collecting and where the things are going. And he said like it boggles his mind that people are spending so much money on the ceramic subs, where these pre-ceramic they're no longer being made. Like this stuff, this is going to be so valuable in the coming years. If you can get this is where you should go. This is going to be so freaking amazing. And also, I'm so afraid for the ceramic, because looking at, I think a lot of brands kind of followed Rolex into the ceramics without kind of knowing what the hell they were getting into. Especially Omega, like they put all their chips behind the ceramics. They have ceramic everything.
No. But Omega now are exiting that. Omega are actually ahead of Rolex on this because they've now gone onto the anodized aluminium or aluminum, as you guys call it. So Omega, so Omega are actually exiting the ceramic.
What?
And and they've gone for. If you look at like the No Time to Die, if you look at the different Seamasters that are coming out now, they're actually putting the anodized aluminium on the bezel instead of the ceramic.
Yeah, well, I mean, the No Time to Die I thought was very, very beautiful way
If
of
you look,
making a watch.
if you look at the latest Seamaster 300, not the professional, just the standard 300, they're all anodized aluminium.
Maybe they're going to sort of go two sort of ranges. The professional will have all the bells and whistles like the ceramic, and maybe the regular one won't. Just a thought.
But the regular one's double the price of the ceramic. It's more expensive.
That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Exactly. That's why there's nothing is making a lot of sense. But I feel like in the next coming years, I mean, look, every micro brand, everyone is putting ceramics into their watches. I just saw Tissot doing some incredible stuff with the ceramics, and I'm just worried that this material that was looked at as such luxury thing is going to be associated with like real low class stuff. So, oh, man,
The problem with ceramic is it doesn't show any aging. So, you have a watch on your wrist for 20 years that can look, the case will look beaten up, the clasp will look beaten up, it'll look scratched up, but the dial and the bezel is going to look like brand new. So,
now, but hold on. The problem is though, you know how everybody wants everything original. Now, if you damage the bezel, just a little bit, let's say you actually damage it a little bit. Now you're gonna have to replace the whole thing. I mean, you will not be able to there's no problem if you damage one of these aluminium bezels. You can live with the scratch on it. It's no big deal. But if you do it to oh shit, sorry, I have a call.
That's a carton.
Yeah, so but ceramics you have to replace. And that's why, like, I don't know. I think Rolex should get out of the ceramics. They should be putting stuff that can actually withstand the test of time. Sorry, I have to pick this up.
Well, just while Tim's taking that, so Tim will probably remember. I'll jog his memory when he's back on. But we did have a conversation. I don't know if it was on my channel or Tim's or Marco's. We were talking to a guy who he works in the medical industry, and he works some of the equipment that they use. Tim, are you back on?
I'm back. Yep.
Yeah. Tim, do you remember when we were having the same discussion maybe a month or two ago, and we had a guy on who works. I can't remember if he was a surgeon or if what he did, but he said that they work with ceramic.
Yeah.
In the medical profession, and that this ceramic is like as hard. It's hard as it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna break. It is because what I thought could happen is that how like the 1980s.
Well, no. It's a little bit different. The ceramic will not rub off. This is why they're putting them into hip as ball bearings, because ceramic, if it's being rubbed, it will not rub off.
Yeah, it won't scratch. Yep.
Yeah, and scratch. That's why ceramic is rich. But it can crack. If you hit it, it will shatter. Yep. You're gonna need a replacement. That's why there's the good and the bad. Is that if you are putting on light wear, there's no big deal. If you replace it, now this is a really interesting thing about the replacement. If you replace it, the question is like, is it going to look exactly like the old one, or is there going to be a difference between Mark 1 and the Mark 2 ceramic bezel?
Well, here's the interesting thing, because my theory on this is if you look at something like the 1980s 16750 GMT, the early ones, the early 80s, you got like the spider dial effect on the dial until they went onto the gloss dial. Is it possible that these ceramic bezels in 20 years will start to have that sort of micro fracturing? So it'll almost like have a spider bezel to it. Do you know what I mean? If it's got like micro blistering type thing.
Yeah,
that's a possibility.
I know that the big difference in the plate carrier world is that when you can buy steel, which lasts a long time.
Longer.
Yeah, it's the shelf life's like 20 years. Ceramics a lot less, and if you drop it by accident, they can shatter. Yeah.
So I think the ceramic we're coming to the end of the year. I was actually Now, I had a bet with James whether Rolex will put the ceramic bezel into
Oh right,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Explorer 2.
yeah.
And I lost.
You lost it. You lost it really
Well,
badly.
well, well. No,
I'm
I've got
happy
to.
they didn't.
In your
I've got,
defense, you did not have the Explorer 2 before.
and I will just make this announcement: we're not out of 2021 yet. There's still. I still don't think Rolex are finished.
Well,
They're not finished
we'll
with the
see.
Explorer 2.
They're
Really?
not at the
Okay.
Watches and Wonders event later this year. And where have they
No.
released all their watches previous? Well, where did they release their last lot of watches, I should say?
Were you guys thinking that eventual or the ceramic Explorer 2 bezel was going to be black, or is that what you were thinking, James? Sorry.
I was going black ceramic
Okay.
bezel
Okay.
with a
Yeah, I saw-
with a green GMT hand. That's what I thought. they were
Yeah.
gonna do.
Okay. I saw some mock-up of it. It looked kind of neat, but it looked like something Rolex.
It looked
might-
awful, James. Guys, it looked bad.
Yeah, I didn't think that that's something Rolex, a direction Rolex was
horrible.
willing to go. It looked
Guys,
alright. It was fine.
I've got 5 months to go. Right, I'm still saying that Rolex, before the year is out, I'm still saying Rolex is going to bring out a 50th anniversary Explorer
Yeah.
2.
Okay. That's fair.
Alright.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I still think they're gonna do it.
everything, it's still possible. Everything is possible. But
Tim, I've got the perfect content for a video. We need to find somebody. We need to find somebody in one of the punters who is rich, like really rich,
Okay.
and who's willing to lend their Submariner in. Make sure that the watch is fully insured,
Yeah.
and then we can throw it off a tall building
oh,
and see what state the bezel's in by the time it gets to the bottom.
oh, you know what? We need like 3 of them because it will all depend on which side it lands on when it hits the ground. So somebody has
So
to
we
be
need-
very rich.
We need a
Why
really
do they
rich
have to be
fighter.
real?
If there's anyone who's very rich, I'm willing to do these kind of tests for you. There's no problem. Just contact me at timwrite.com and I'll set it up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Tim, you're in the perfect city for it. You know, top of the Empire State
Got a
Building.
lot
Throw
of
that fiker,
skyscrapers.
throw that fiker off. See what happens.
It's no big deal. Got you.
Well, I
got you.
actually heard how true this is. I don't know. There might be you guys might know better than me. Anyone who's into Casio, but one of the things that happened to one of the early Casio G-Shocks was they threw it off Big Ben in London. When it hit the ground, it was still running. It was still intact and it was still working. Now, how true that is, I don't know, but that's something I was told by someone.
Yeah, I think a G-Shock could take it.
I want to show you
Would
something,
a
guys.
Richard Mill, would that be able to? I think it would, because it's supposed to be able to withstand like 50 or 5,000 Gs or something like
Let me show you
What
guys
about
something.
Nadal's
The peak.
one?
that. Nadal, yeah.
I think we reached the peak of wristwatch craftsmanship when Tag Heuer released its incredible collaboration with none other than Super Mario Brothers. Now, we can laugh all we want, but that watch sold out in like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but you know why? It's all the hipsters that are going to wear that watch, isn't it? You know, it's on the hip and the groovy and.
Yeah, so what makes it different from the other one? Oh, okay, I see. The bezel.
Yeah, the animations. Actually, I was
Animations.
surprised by the animations. Actually, this is quite a genius idea of getting. I use that word very genius idea. Very need to be very careful because
You got Einstein's rolling in his grave.
yeah, because look, I mean, you know how on the iPhone like your progress is tracked throughout the day and you get like achievements. So same thing here. As you throughout the day, as you achieve more, it actually lights you up more, and then when you fulfill all your challenges, you get different animation. It's kind of cool. It's very. I don't know how much it cost. This partnership cost them. Obviously, this is the thing. This watch is
It's
going to
called
be
a Garmin,
used.
Tim.
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
called a Garmin.
Yeah. It's a G-Shock. But look, here's the question: would you buy this, or a G-Shock for $2,000? Because this costs $2,000, and there's a G-Shock for $2,000.
No, I'd buy a Garmin or an Apple Watch.
I'd rather put an
Save
elastic
money.
band around my wrist.
There you go.
You guys
But I'll
obviously not Super Mario Brothers fans.
If you think about it, if you think about how clever this is, because the people that have got the money to buy this watch remember Super Mario Brothers when it came out.
Oh yeah.
So it's harping back to the earlier years.
Yeah.
But this watch, we're looking at this from our perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at it from our perspective because we're watch geeks.
Yeah.
If you look at this from the average snowflake, the average sort of friend of the earth type, who's a bit quirky and a bit sort of hippie-ish, they're gonna love this watch.
I think this is way better than Apple Watch, and I think once somebody gets this is going to break 2 years later, and then they'll want something to replace. Maybe from there they'll look up a Tag Heuer, a different Tag Heuer. So they already had one. Then they'll be like, yeah, let me get another one, and then from there maybe they'll pick up a Rolex. So
my problem with this is like every other iPhone. It's like every other bit of technology.
Yes.
It's going to be cool for a year, 2 years, and then once the technology starts to burn out or slow down,
yes,
it's false economy. It's a waste of money. People are better off just buying themselves a decent watch to start off with, a mechanical watch that's going to last for generations.
Yeah.
Right.
This isn't something you're going to hand down to your kids.
No. This is good. No, actually, this is something you give to your kid. If you're rich, this is something that a rich dad gives to his kid in order to get his kid to love watches and to inherit his Rolexes later. I think this is what, if you are rich and you are worried that your children will not want your Rolexes, your collection of Rolexes, then I think this could be one way of getting your kids interested in watches. Obviously, it's gone. This is going to sell over retail. It's crazy.
It's actually frightening.
Silly.
It's actually frightening how many kids nowadays can't even tell the time. So the best thing they can have is Mario on the wrist.
Yeah, and
don't ever hand them a perpetual calendar, James. They'll wreck it.
but you know what? There is actually, because it's a digital watch, right? You can have all kinds of complications in there, and they have a tourbillon. You can set. That's the really cool thing about this watch, right? That you can actually set this. Look at this. It's a chronograph. It's got different faces, and you can probably kind of teach people about watches while they're wearing this digital thing. They're looking at the image of tourbillon, but they don't know that that's a tourbillon. Actually, let me show you the image. Is there? I think.
Tim, you can probably download like a skin pack for it, like I can for my Garmin, so that it looks like a tourbillon.
Yeah, exactly. I look at it from this thing. This is going to be very hyped. Actually, can we check? I'll check later. The Fleabay, how much these things are going for already? Because
which smartwatch? There's one of the smartwatches that you can buy, and when you're flicking through the settings, you can actually set the face of it to look like a Rolex Submariner.
Yes. Yes, you can actually.
I'll bring up what I have for my Garmin.
I had a client today, and she was wearing Apple Watch, and she had the Pepsi face on. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It was Pepsi. But because the shape of the Apple Watch is square.
I understand the Apple Watch because it's a few $100s, which is fair enough. But when you're talking like $2,500, that's a lot of money.
Well, I thought it was 2,000. It's 2,000.
2,000.
Yeah, US dollars.
Oh yes, look there on perfs. So is that the Daytona? You got a Daytona dial.
Oh wait, let me. Oh my God! Got a classic Breitling. The what's the?
You got Tag Heuer, Daytona, Breitling,
Rolex, Bluesy, the Smurf. Got Day-Date. Got Explorer 2 black dial. Yeah, Daytona Panda. Wow.
Actually, the Explorer 2 black dial on there looks better than it does in person.
It's a toy. It's definitely a toy.
I'll bring up what watch style I've actually got set on this Garmin. Well, as the party trick one.
Okay.
Oh,
Original Rosemill.
nice.
It's even got the wave dial.
Yeah, the wave.
Yeah,
Wave
like
dial.
the Rosemilled one and
Now,
the
did you?
John Mayer.
Ooh, Perf. Now, did you know that
Ooh.
the dial that you just showed, they actually went with the lathe and made it
Yeah,
to
it's a
scan
proper
it.
Rosemill.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that.
Proper Rosemill. O'Sheen's video on what they did to make this is just great.
I mean, look, it is what it is. I thought it was kind of cute, but you know. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
So,
And someone's already said in the chat, sold out in UK on Tag website. And I bet, look on Fleabay and dare I say it, Chrono 24. This is going to be a flipper's watch.
oh! I was supposed to bring up email, but I didn't get it. I don't know what happened.
Lol,
And gee,
Ronaldo
because
gifted his son a
he sent
Patek.
me he sent me a root beer. Actually, I was supposed to bring up not an Asian's watch. I'll do it tomorrow, guys. Where is it?
The only tag that I get that's like this, and I did consider buying, was the golfing watch, because you can buy the golf one that you can download all the different courses around the world and things. I get why that's useful, but it's a lot of money for what you're getting when you can actually just buy a proper golfing watch. But I get the technology, and I get that. I mean, Tag Heuer are struggling in the marketplace to get out. They're in sort of the same place they were 10 years ago. They're not progressing up the ladder. And I think Tudor's come along, and they've sort of kicked Tag in the balls. So I think Tag Heuer are having to branch out and look into this type of thing. Whereas this is something that Rolex, Tudor, Amiga, and all the rest of them would never even dream of doing.
People flipping this for twice as much, by the way.
Wow, so
I
it's
just took a look.
4,000 now.
Some are actually going to auctions, but they're climbing in price like $3,500. That's
I
crazy.
told you guys.
I mean, move over, Ming.
It's just
If only Marco was here, he'd be raging.
yeah.
That's crazy.
But this is the same as like when the new when
You cut out.
the world goes crazy for them.
Yeah. Look, I mean, a lot of kids will want to get this. I think it's pretty cool. Actually, Tag Heuer has been making these kind of shitter, what are they? Digital watches for a long time, and I think they reached the point where, you know what, this division will actually start becoming very profitable for them. You know, I think a lot of brands have been sleeping. Actually, no one has been making digital watches in the wristwatch market space because it is toxic. It's like a quartz thing, right? When everybody
Exactly.
jumped on the quartz, it was a disaster.
I think Amiga and Breitling still do a few, don't they?
Amiga and Breitling. Breitling actually started making quartz, but not
And then
digital.
Amiga have got the Skywalker, the X33, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they wear that on the ISS.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely dangerous. I'm surprised the Tudor is not doing something like this. Tudor. They should be making
Tudor.
Don't
No,
you think so?
I think Tudor's got its Tudor. If they did that, it would be detrimental to the brand because Tudor's got its eyes set on where Rolex is today, and 10 years time, Tudor's going to be what Rolex is today, and Rolex is going to move up a few steps.
Yeah. What they need to do is Rolex need to open up another brand and make digital watches through them, because I think this is a market that has a lot of potential.
But whichever brand does this and makes a digital watch like this, they are forever going to be tarnished with this watch. So
if it doesn't go anywhere, that's the trick, though, perf, because showcase, because if these watches take off, and you have to understand, look at this, we're making fun of it. This could be going sealed in the box with papers, with everything sealed, never opened, never used. It could be going for 100,000 in a couple of years.
no,
People
the
are
technology.
No.
Yeah,
the
Look at the
technology would
sealed
expect by
iPhone.
then.
Look, perf. Go and find me a brand new inbox, shrink wrapped iPhone 1, and tell me how much people will want for that. And that's completely useless technology.
You can count me out, Tim, because I won't touch crapple with a 10-foot pole.
I'm just saying, these are not, obviously, these are these are objects that look like watches, although they're not the kind of watches we're talking about. But I think, you know how everything has become like investment potential? What is the investment potential of it? What's the collectability of it? I think there's going to be a lot of that in this market, because it already is.
Not true. Not true.
Yeah.
For example, like I finally got my first bottle of Macallan 12. Should be nice. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Highlands newbie. That stuff, it's 12-year-old. Yes, it's Macallan.
Yeah.
Is it collectible? In some people's eyes, yes. God help them. But I mean, it just goes back to the whole thing. I think it was Paul Thorpe that made this point once. Rolex is a well-marketed brand. If you want a stellar watch, you go for a Lange or a Patek or another independent. Rolex it's not a specky watch; it's a well-marketed watch.
Yeah, it's all about the
Macallan
branding.
is a well-marketed Scotch, but if you want a well-made Scotch, you go like a Springbank.
Gotcha. All right, guys.
Anyway, that'll do.
See you on the next one.